Hello, and welcome back to my GTNH playthrough. It is Monday, July 27th, and we're back over here by this array of multi-blocks because I wanted to show what I did over the weekend because I still had issues with this guy, which I do believe all come down to this condensate hatch. Not many people are talking about like this multi-block in general in the Discord, and there's still not the wiki for it that, at least I didn't check today to see if it's back up, but the little bit I could see, I thought I was going crazy, but I'm pretty sure this condensate detector hatch is glitched. And for me, what it's doing is it will work fine for a while, show the right amount, and then just arbitrarily it'll stop. It'll like walk up saying, yes, there's condensate in here. Yes, keep crafting up here, and then ultimately lead to like a recipe failure. So I ended up swapping out my technique to just detecting items. But of course, you can't just do like, is there an item in there with a delay? Because that'll cause issues when you swap recipes. And that is, I can't remember if that's how I left it set up on Friday or not, but because I'm pretty sure it was still on the condensate just with a delay. So now, like I said, it's an item detection, and I tried that for a bit, and it was seemingly working, but what I kind of worried would happen did happen, where like, say I'm crafting, let's go up here to use like really explosive war crafting. So I wanted to craft the UMV component casings, but it needs these primitive shielding and these energy conduits. So if I like swap from this recipe to this recipe, the condensate wouldn't get there fast enough for the new recipe. So what I did is for every single recipe in there, I grabbed an item from it that is unique to that recipe. And in one case where there wasn't a unique item in the recipe, grab two items that only that recipe used as a combo, and made it so if it detects that item, then it does the delay and then it fires off. Now, I still randomly have issues with it for a couple of things I've crafted, but I'm guessing my issue is because, and this is purely hypothetical, I could be wrong, but say I'm crafting like 600 of these guys. Since I have the recipe only set to one, I'm pretty sure what's happening is like, say 300 are currently crafting, and then it's like right at the end of the craft, this dumps in, then it still can dump in the items due to smart blocking for the next recipe, and then the condensate doesn't catch up, and then it fails. But I don't know. That's just my best guess. And I don't want to turn on blocking because then, like you need like hundreds of all these. So if I have a 12-second delay on all of those, it really quickly will add up time. So currently just working like this. As you can see, I have set up all the crafts for the Eye of Harmony, at least the tier 1, but I'm going to hold off on crafting it for a little bit because I know I need energy squared away, and I'm kind of hoping beta 3 or the proper release of this will fix that hatch. If not, I've got some ideas for how to fix it, but I'm not really sure in practice if it'll work. For example, like making these really big recipes so it only calls for them once, like the ones that are used a lot, and then because we'll say if you're messing around with this block and you're a faint of heart for wasting resources, be wary. I think I literally wasted the resources for over 40 UMV component casings during my experimenting, including all of the circuits and everything that go along with it, among other things. So if you don't like losing stuff, it's fine. Like I didn't cheat in or bring back any of those items. It is whatever. But yeah, it's just something to think about. So from there, I did have different plans for what I got done today than I actually did, but we'll kind of go into why my sidetrack. So we're going to go a little out of order, but basically, even though you don't see it, I did craft all the items needed for the second ring upgrade. And then at some point after I crafted that, while I was waiting for the upgrade components, I kind of wanted to see what would happen if I put the second ring on. Bad idea, because that will make this not work anymore if you don't have enough star fuel. So right now it says 100 of 100. When I had the second ring on there, I can't remember the exact amount, but I feel like it was like 16,000 some change. And I definitely did not have enough star fuel for that. So right now I would actually, sorry, I'm being silly here. I don't know how much I have in the system, but I have this because to set up to get above that threshold for when I do put the ring on there. Not too big in a rush because I am at this point for actually unlocking the upgrade. I am still one graviton shard short. So I will come back and later for that, and hopefully the star fuel will catch up by then. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I did lower my fuel consumption. I had it maxed out, but I ran out of residual, the transcendent residual stuff to keep it running, so I backed off the fuel consumption. But so I did, because of that, specifically not having enough star fuel. The reason I didn't have enough star fuel is because you use Nequata 5 to make star fuel, which I am now proactively making, but I had shut down my Nequata production, and you can see I shouldn't have. If you're farther behind me, don't process your depleted Mark 5 stuff because you'll end up wanting it. So today, random aside, just real quick, I did set up another one of these guys. Don't worry about those guys. This one's just also doing infinity to help keep up with the space time and hypogen demand. But I really got sidetracked over here into the Nequata building and getting this guy set back up. Now, for this, you can see I've got the new Nequata refineries in here, which, like everything else in the pack, is just getting bigger and bigger. Which is kind of one of my complaints for a lot of the older multi-blocks that they've like upgraded. I enjoy the smaller squares. You can make things more compact, whereas the size of this thing versus the size of this thing probably does make it a little more fair though, because this has got more restriction coils and is more expensive. But I set up these guys because with this guy on the tier 4 coil, I figure I might as well just do the new block. You can actually do a direct Nequata 4 recipe, and then this guy is over here for the Nequata 5 recipe, also the tier 2 recipe, with transcendent metal, the creon, and the melanin, just because I have access to that stuff now. So I figured I would make it the most efficient way as possible, even if it's going a little slow. Currently, the thing that is making it slow is this high density uranium. And if I speed this up, I'll need to fix plutonium. These will be relatively soon, maybe even tomorrow. I'll fix these and make these as fast as I can. But for the moment, that's what's kind of has these shut off. But I'll definitely need more to get more star fuel, because I think, where am I at now? Only at like 1300. So just working on that. And then I did go around upgrading a lot of the multi-blocks in here to get things rolling again and rolling faster, as well as, say, for example, these guys, which constantly shut off from running out of fluid space. I've got all the digital storage in here, so these two blocks should never shut off for making more heavy and light Nequata. So that's good. On random bucket list of stuff, I mentioned the UMV component blocks. I did craft 143 of them to both upgrade the second one of these, and then finally got all the recipes distributed on proxies and everything. So I am fully utilizing all 4 of these. I did also upgrade every single one of the nano assembly complexes to be on the UMV component blocks as well. So that's all upgraded. The last kind of like thing that I had been wanting to upgrade and just kind of slacking on it is I did finally fully upgrade all of the fluid extractors to the max I can get them right now. So this is also substantially faster, which is pretty awesome. So like I said, I did craft the items for the second ring, and this stuff right here is for the upgrade once we get that gravitational shard. You can see I have a QFT chilling in here that I want to set up for enriched Nequata, because I don't have that one set up yet. And then the final thing I kind of started working on but don't actually have set up yet is over here. And these are the antimatter blocks. So I'll go into these more later. I just kind of want to show I did get them crafted over the weekend. This guy produces antimatter. This guy turns antimatter and regular matter combined into power. So this is my plan for tomorrow, is to get these guys working to start generating substantially more power. For I was playing around with the calculator, so it's a little dubious how much is needed. But I also thinking I might move this guy more to right here and then put 2 more of these at least out, or shift this whole thing up and put 4 out, because it is recommended you run more of these running a lower recipe when I was reading the wiki. So that's something I might change. But aside from that, like you said, throughout the base, just tons of random hatch upgrades, as I'm calling it now, where I just kind of go through and start spamming UMV or UIV wireless energy hatches. Like, for example, the original Naquata line over here, instead of all these guys are running off of UMV power, even though they're still just the single block LCRs, because I looked at how backlogged I was on like the emulsions and stuff. So all of these are upgraded and going a lot faster, and just random stuff like that throughout the base. So trying to keep it from going too long, because for the most part, it was mostly just crafting, a lot of crafting and a lot of big crafts. Like, I'm excited all this stuff is done, because now at this point, it's just waiting a little bit of time for the Forge of the Gods to catch up and upgrade. And actually, sorry, we're real quick to show it off. I nearly forgot. Not too big of a deal, but I did add 4 plasma, the Helio plasma fabricators, just to help speed up some of the plasma recipes. And the other thing I want to do tomorrow, if I get antimatter set up, is figure out this guy right here, the Helio fusion exerciser. So yeah, that's about it for me today. I'm going to go eat dinner and then start looking at antimatter. So hope you have a good night, and thank you for watching. Goodbye.